Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB6 in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. This is the New World Podcast, brother. And this is NXT's New Year's Evil 2024. Vic Joseph, Booker T on commentary. We're talking about a banger of the week. After having a crazy Monday Night Raw day one, we get New Year's Evil. And we started off with the NXT Women's Championship match. Blair Davenport versus Lyra Valkyria. Woohoo! This was a fun match. A lot shorter than I thought it was going to be because they really hinted at that whole, like, this is 30 minutes of commercial free. 30 minutes commercial free. So I was like, okay, so Blair Davenport and Lyra are going to go the full 30 minutes. Bring it on. Not the case. So that's my only complaint about this match. I wish this match went a little bit longer. I didn't really care. Yeah, Lyra won, which I knew that was going to happen, but I wish the match was just a little bit longer. We got a little more storytelling going, but then we got Lola Vice coming out to try to use her contract to get the title off of Valkyria. Then we have Tatum Paxley. I don't know what's going on there, but she's weird, spooky, and all this shit. Elektra Lopez comes out. It's a big fight. And, that's what happens. And that was one of the things I was like, instead of having this little segment here, I know that Lola's out there with that contract and everything. It's not a Money in the Bank contract. So that's why I really don't understand this. Like, I wanted Blair Davenport and Lyra just to go on a little bit longer, and I could have done with that with all Lola and Elektra Lopez and all that. Then we get breaking news from Kelly. Ilya Dragunov will not wrestle tonight, and it made me very sad. He was supposed to take on Trick Williams for his NXT championship. He's not medically cleared because of the neck. I don't know if this is storytelling or this is true, because when he hurt his neck, I freaked out. If you want to listen to that review, I was about to cry because I was like, oh my God, he looks like he's such in pain and this and that. But it wasn't the case. It was part of the story. But to not clear him, I'm guessing we're going to probably keep this going on until Vengeance Day. I think that's where we're going to get the big Trick Williams versus Ilya Dragunov. And hopefully Trick can get the championship and Ilya can move up. But I'm waiting for Carmelo Hayes to move up too. But he has this whole thing with Trick Williams. Next up, we have No Quarter Catch Crew. I have to do the hand signal. Ow. I hit the thing, versus LWO and Carlito, who's part of the LWO, because there's no Dragon Lee. This show has promised me so much. Dragon Lee and LWO versus No Quarter Catch Crew. And then they're like, sorry, here's Carlito though. And it's like, Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams. Sorry, here's this though. And it's like, oh, okay. But fun match. Crazy bungee spot. From the LWO, man, with Carlito. I mean, not Carlito, but, they shot him off, and he just went, whee! But LWO and Carlito won the match. We get Trick Mello backstage with Kelly. Trick's not really happy about what's going on, and here comes Grayson Waller interrupting, and Grayson was like, man, I'm the first Iron Survivor, while you were just, I can't think of the word he said. Why can't I think of not liaison, driver, or what was that? Was it called? I don't know. I don't fucking care. He called him, says, whatever, you were just a driver back in the day, and now, but Trick's like, I'm more than that now. Look at that. And Mello's like, yeah, he's more than that. Yeah. And I love what Mello did here, causing more, like, what's going on in the mind of Mello. And he's like, yeah, Trick gonna whoop that ass. And also Trick gonna put up his number one contendership against you. And Grayson was like, oh, hell yeah. And Trick's like, wait, whoa, homie. And Mello's like, oh, you got this. But Trick was like, what? Riley Osborne package. Got the breakout men's tournament final coming up tonight. He has a big match against Oba Femi. I'm going to say that correctly because somebody was like, it's not, I don't know how I said the name, but I'm trying to say it as correctly as possible. Then we go into Roxanne Perez versus Ariana Grace. Roxanne Perez for the win. But are we getting a heel turn here? And beating down Ariana Grace, beating her up. Ref is like, get off her, blah, blah, you're not listening. And then the ref has the audacity to flip the decision and have Ariana Grace win the match, where I was scratching my head. I was like, wait, what? ¿Por qué? But I was just like, okay, but I think we're gonna get Roxanne a meaner, vicious side of Roxanne Perez, and I'm all for that. Ava's backstage with Kelly, and Kelly finally asks the question that I've been like contemplating in my brain, where she's like, Ava, like, you've been making matches, you've been doing this, you've been doing that. She's like, what's the deal? And I'm like, yes. Why has no one asked her this? Because she just comes in, she makes a match, and everyone's like, okay, that's the match. No one's questioned it, but then Ava's like, oh yeah, I learned, I have a great mind and this and that. I have ideas that some work, some don't, but I'm working with Shawn Michaels and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, we could have used this like weeks ago, but I'm glad we got some form of definition here now. Tiffany and Fallon Henley got a big match coming up, and they have this package that's whoever wins is going to either be a servant or a ranch hand. So it's a big match tonight for that between Tiffany and Fallon. We get Nikita Lyons backstage with Blair Davenport. Blair Davenport's like, look here, bitch. You could attack me from behind. You could have done this. And Lyons is like, Nikita Lyons is like, oh, hell no, I ain't taking that way out. And then they're like, you get in face, like, you want to go? Yeah, I'm going to go. Yeah, let's go, then. And I just felt like Cartman was in my brain. Hey, come in, you want to go? Come in. That's what we're going to get a big match between these two. The men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament starts next week. What Ava said too, forgot about that. But yeah, big Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics coming up, and it's going to be awesome, man. I've really enjoyed those in the past. Next up, we have Tiffany Stratton versus Fallon Henley. Great match. A little bit of a scary point where we're going to get the prettiest moonsault where she kind of missed the rope, and but she comes down. Fallon Henley got the win, and now Tiffany's going to be a ranch hand. I'm already liking what Tiffany's doing. She put up a picture of Paris Hilton when they had to go work on her ranch. It says pretty sexy and this and that. So she goes, I'll look good as a cowboy. So I think Tiffany's going to take this pretty well, but Fallon Henley has won this match. I was rooting for Tiffany the whole time because I love Tiffy. I do love Tiffy. So we're probably going to get some silly packages next week with Tiffany on the farm. Braun Breaker's backstage, and Baron Corbin comes backstage and is like, hey, man, we should create this tag team. And Braun's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, get off me, fool. He's like, tag team? He goes, yeah. And I like his reasoning. We're both assholes. You're an asshole. I'm an asshole. We're assholes. So let's create a tag team for the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And then Braun thinks about it, and they go, he's like, yeah, I'm leading. He's like, no, you're not going to be leading. So there's already a little tension there in the group. I love it. And then Braun's like, you know what? Yeah. And then Braun goes, yeah, and then Baron Corbin puts up his fist, and then Braun walks out and goes, oh, come on. And then Braun does this little thing that makes me like him a little bit more, and he comes and goes, ha-ha, gets the little fist pump and takes off, and then Baron Corbin's like, oh, okay. I just like the fact that's the bond. We are assholes. Let's team up. Obafemi package. The dude's a beast. Vengeance Day, February 4th. After Royal Rumble, I believe it's like a week after, so I'm just like, bring it on. Gigi Dolan backstage, Cora Jade. Gigi sitting in her locker. Cora Jade ain't having none of it. Cora Jade's like, get the fuck out of there. And Gigi's like, what you say? And then I'll take you on. I know I'm cussing. I'm sorry, but that's what's going on in my brain and everything like that. So, and then they start going at it, and they start fighting and everything like that. And then we're going to have a big match between those two next week. We got a Ridge Holland interview, and he's talking about his rise to be something else, because he says when he got hurt the last time and before the NXT War Games, and then he's been dealing with these injuries and everything like that. He didn't mean to hurt Ilya Dragunov, but he understands what an injury is. Ridge Holland wants the redemption factor for Ridge Holland, and I'm all for it. I think Ridge Holland deserves to see I want to see what this kid can do. I really want to do. No, not kid. He probably whooped my ass for saying that. But we have the men's breakout tournament, the final, Obafemi versus Riley Osborne. Before this happened, Riley Osborne comes out, and Thea and JC are walking, and then Riley gives a high five to Thea, and Thea's like, oh my God, I'm not going to wash his hand ever. And JC's like, that's a little extreme, but okay. Great. These two have such great chemistry, and it makes me happy. It makes me happy. We have and I really enjoyed this match between Oba and Riley, man. And then Oba got the win. I was like, okay. Ilya, you got some real competition on the way, and this guy's a monster. Grand Theft Auto crew, I'm sorry, out the mud with Scripps. And what's funny is, like, Scripps is talking. He's like, yeah, we're from the streets and we doing this. And I'm just like, oh, Reggie. Oh, Reginald. I can't take you serious. Especially as the Scripps. I'm trying to, out of respect. But I'm just like, all I see is him flipping around, and when he was the 24/7 champion and everything like that. But I was just, and he's acting all hoard. I was like, yeah, all right, Reggie, just sit down a bit, okay? But they're going after the family. We got Izzy Dame, Kiana James, basically backstage making a stamp into the women's division saying, we are here. We are going to rock this. We're going to bring it. And Kiana James says, I look at Izzy and I see money, and it's time for us to make money. So there's that partnership between those two. Mello, Trick backstage. Trick's still confused, like, why'd you do this? But Mello's like, hey, man, come on. Mello's playing a long con here, so I was like, okay. And then after this, they're announcing, like, hey, there's going to be a former NXT champion that's going to be showing up. We don't know who. We get Thea and JC backstage, and, they're like, maybe we should go cheer up Riley. Thea's like, we should. Maybe I should buy him a gift card. JC's like, maybe we should just leave him alone, let him cope with this. And then Duke and Chase walk up, and then JC Jane is taking over, and that's what I fucking love. JC Jane has taken over, and she says, hey, I am going to resurrect Chase you. I'm going to pull it from the depths of hell and do this, so let's go. And Chase is like, oh, okay. And then in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, it's going to be Duke and Riley tag teaming, not you, Chase. So come on. And I love the fact that JC took over. I love this. I was like, golf clap. Lyra's backstage too as well, and then Tatum shows up, and just this creepy interaction between the two, and Lyra's like, oh, get the fuck away from me. Nathan Frazier and Axiom, I love these segments between these two, because it's always somebody walking up and then Nathan's talking smack, and Axiom's like, but Nathan Frazier and Axiom are going to be in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I'm excited for that. The family's backstage. They're talking about OTM. And my favorite part about this is Joe Gacy's in the trunk. And then they go, hey, where's the other guy that was in there? He's like, oh, don't worry. I basically took care of him, or something like that. And they're like, oh, well, okay. Good stuff, man. They introduced the manager, too, of the family, saying this is who she is, and she's the boss. She'll slap you if you talk that. And now the main event, Battle of the Iron Survivors, Grayson Waller versus Trick Williams. Cool match, fun match. I was expecting a little bit more, but Trick is a superstar. He is a true superstar at a true caliber, and I really want to see Trick go up to the main event, because then that crowd goes, whoop, that Trick, and you got Booker T, yeah. But Carmelo comes out. This is where I thought he was going to make Trick lose his number one contendership to Grayson Waller. But no, here comes Kevin Owens punching Grayson Waller and falling in the ring. And Trick Williams puts down Grayson Waller. And 1, 2, 3. Trick Williams is he's been our number one contender because he got the Iron Survivor under his belt. And so now it's just a matter of when, where. We'll see Trick versus Ilya Dragunov. I'm betting at Vengeance Day, February 4th. We'll see that match, but also too maybe the tearing apart of Mello and Trick as we get to Vengeance Day. So it could be a triple threat too. So we'll see what's going to go on, what's going on with Ilya Dragunov. A lot going on. Great show. New Year's Evil 2024. Vic Joseph, Booker T on commentary. I really enjoy the show. 5 out of 5. I can't wait for SmackDown. I can't wait for Dynamite. I just can't wait for it all, because I'm ready to start this new year and kick some ass with the podcast and the Sexy Ninja Cast and just drop them like it's hot. So, all right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with your grandpa. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KNB the Sexy Ninja. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get yourself that sweet nWp logo. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Booker, Joaquin Wilde